Do not skip anything in this video or you will not become a better shooter. It's not just about your jump shot, but I will be showing you the best jump shot in NBA 2K22 today. So make sure to drop a like, and I just want to show you guys that you are getting great information from a good 2K player. I have a 93 win percentage and a 72.6 3-point percentage on this game. Keep in mind I have a bunch of builds that have low three-pointers. So with this build right here, my play shot, I probably shoot about 80% from three. So today I'm going to show you every single thing you need, because it's not just a jump shot to be a great elite shooter on 2K22, no matter what your three-point rating is. A lot of people just skip right over this, but it's actually more important than the jump shot itself. So even if you have the best internet in the world, you're still going to have this thing on 2K called latency, which is kind of like lag. When you press a button, for example, the shoot button, usually it takes around 50 to 100 milliseconds for most people in their connection for the game to register that you've hit the button. So it's a little bit delayed. Now, if you don't have some of these things, you might even be way more delayed than you think. So the most important is to be hard wired. It's about $5 to $10 to buy an Ethernet cord if you don't already have one. Most people do. It's called an Ethernet cord. It goes from your router straight into the back of your system, which means you're not connected to your internet through Wi-Fi. You are hardwired. You're directly connected from that to that. You see what I'm saying? That's going to make your connection way better in every single game. If you're not able to do that, it's okay. There's other things you can do as well, like plugging in your controller from your Xbox to your Xbox controller, or PlayStation, the same exact thing. So both systems are able to get less latency if you're plugged up to the console itself. On PlayStation, you have to go in and change the settings to where the PlayStation knows that you're plugged in with your controller. But on Xbox, as soon as you're plugged in, you are good to go. You're gonna have a tiny bit less latency, and every single thing matters. The next thing you want is a gaming monitor. Now, they're not extremely expensive depending on what you get. You can probably get one for about 50 to 100 bucks. Maybe get one for Black Friday or Christmas or on your birthday or something. This is going to help you tremendously. If you play on a TV, you are most likely at a huge disadvantage to someone you're playing that has a monitor. So you want to try and get something that has the least millisecond response delay. Usually you can get one that has a 1 millisecond response delay for about 50 to 100 bucks, or maybe even like a 2 to 5. It's still much better than playing on a 60-inch TV or a 40-inch TV, something like that. So I'm telling you, that is going to help out a lot. Now, the next thing is your controller settings. So you want to hit start, go all the way down to controller settings. Now, I play every single game with vibration off and my shot meter off, but if you're brand new to the game, if you're struggling with shooting, I do recommend you have vibration on. That is just how I play. I never use vibration, not in 2K21, not in 2K20, anything like that. So what this is gonna do, when you're close to your shot being a green, at the top of your shot, when you need to release it, your controller is gonna vibrate. Now, it doesn't do it a lot. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. So that's another reason why I just would not use vibration. But shot meter off is huge. What this does is, and in NBA 2K22, if you hit a white shot, like if you mistime your shot, it usually still goes in if you're open, depending on your build, your badges, stuff like that. So you don't really need the shot meter on, which lets you make a little bit more white, statistically proven, by the way. But if you have your shot meter off, it statistically gives you about 10% more green. So you're gonna want your shot meter off, is what I'm trying to say, because even with it off, you're still gonna be smacking white releases that are not perfectly timed. So this is what you want. Now, if you are brand new to 2K, this is your first day, maybe leave it on for a little bit, but I expect anybody that's got a decent amount of experience playing 2K to turn this thing off. Trust me, even if you're not good at it, you've tried it before, please play 100 games, 200 games, do what you have to do. You will eventually learn how to use your shot without the shot meter. It's all about just looking at the shot itself and knowing when to release the ball. So you want to have it off. You definitely want to turn off shot meter, get used to it, come back to the video and say, thank you, badge plug, I got you. Trust me, once you get used to it, you are never going to go back, and it's going to make you shoot much better. Okay, so the next thing you want to do whenever you're walking around the park, whatever, is you need Jumpshot Boost. I don't care what anybody tells you, I have a 90+ win percentage every year. I have over 500 games played that you've seen. I got a 93 win percentage. On PlayStation, I got like 1,500 games played, 90+ win percentage. I'm telling you, doesn't matter if you have a 99 three-pointer, you should still use Jumpshot Boost. It helps a little bit depending on your build, and that percentage is huge. I would say it's about 5 to 10% depending on your build. You need Jumpshot Boost at all times. If you buy 10 games, it's 1500 VC. It's literally 150 VC per game, which you're going to earn back by just playing the game. You don't have to buy VC. You don't have to play My Career. You're going to get this VC back by simply just playing the game. So put yourself at the advantage. And of course, when you shoot better and when you win games, you get more VC. So you need Jumpshot Boost. I'm telling you, every single game, never play without Jumpshot Boost. Now, the next most important thing is to hit start, go over to your progression, your play next game, and you want to go to like my stats or something like that. You want to go to like my minutes to where you're able to see your player. You want to click in the right stick, R3, whatever you want to call it, and then this screen's going to pull up, go all the way over to your shot chart right here. Now, this is important. Your hotspots are very important. So hit X or square if you're on PlayStation, and right there you see some of your hotspots, and you go to park and you can see your hotspots. So what this does is it gives you a 5 attribute boost for each place that you shoot at where you have a hotspot. So if you don't have a hotspot and you have a 93 pointer and you take a shot from 3, you're going to have a 93 pointer when you shoot. But if you have a hotspot, you have a 95. You see what I'm saying? So every single hotspot matters, which means when you go to the park, don't mess around. Don't throw up bad shots. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I do think that NBA hotspots, so My Career, you can go to My Career and get hotspots, and it works and it carries over to the park. Some years it does, some years it doesn't, but I'm pretty sure this year it does. But I'm just saying, when you go to the park, be careful. Don't throw up horrible shots. I think you have to get over 50% or 45% from 3 to get a hotspot everywhere. So this is very important. Huge, that nobody talks about on NBA 2K22. Okay, so this year, stamina plays a gigantic part of shooting. What you want to do is hit start, go down to your skill boost right here. As you guys will see, I play every single game with Jumpshot Boost. Like I was saying, I was not lying to you. So if you don't have Gym Rat on the bottom right, this is something you need to worry about. You don't have to buy Gatorade every single game, but if you don't have Gym Rat, you need every week to do your drills. You have to go and do your drills. So you want to go over here to 15 Gatorade training facility. Now, I'm going to show you guys a secret that nobody tells you because they don't want you to know this. But let's say you need to go do your drills. You suck at doing the drills. That's why you don't do them, because it's so hard, blah, blah, blah. You hop on the treadmill and you're right there. You got 10 seconds left, 2 stars. You have to get over 3 stars in each workout to get the plus in your Gatorade and your stamina. So you know that you're not going to get it for sure. Hit the middle button, go down to 2K22, quit, close out your app. You can do the same thing on PlayStation, and then you can redo it again, because you have to get over 3 stars in each area in order to get the extra Gatorade. As you see, you have a permanent boost to speed, stamina, strength, vertical, and acceleration. Stamina is the big one, because if you have low stamina, not only are you going to get a slower shot depending on your stamina, but you're also at a less likely position to hit the shot. It's literally statistical proof that if you have lower stamina in the same exact situation, wide open, you're going to make more shots with more stamina. I mean, it just makes sense. Now, if you want to buy Gatorade, you actually only have to buy 1. Yes, buying 3 is important. You can do that. It's going to help, but you only have to buy 1, and that's the one that's going to give you 20% more energy, which is this one right here. So when you go to buy that, if you want to buy it, if you ever want to buy Gatorade, make sure to do this drill right here. This is the Gatorade reaction drill, and once you do it, if you complete it correctly, you're going to get 25% off every single time you buy Gatorade. So let me show you right here. When I pull up to buy some Gatorade, it is going to be marked down. So instead of 3,500 VC for 10, it is 2,600. So that is about 260 a game, which might be too much if you're trying to have Jumpshot Boost on and this every game. But I'm just saying, if you do want to buy Gatorade, and because like almost nobody has money to buy all 3, right? You don't want to be spending a bunch of money playing the game. This one right here is big. If you play Pro-Am, Rec, it's definitely worth it to buy one of these because it lasts the entire game, versus support games only like 2 minutes, you know what I'm saying? So that is really up to you. I'm just saying, in case you guys want to, make sure to do your drills. All right, now into the shooting. This is another thing. Your badges are very important, obviously. I mean, it just makes a lot of sense. So when you're first upgrading your player, you want to go sniper all the way up to gold or Hall of Fame, depending on what you can unlock. Then you want to go up to Hot Zone Hunter on gold, not Hall of Fame, because it's wasting a shooting badge. It actually statistically doesn't change pretty much anything. So use it on gold, and then the rest is really up to you. Most people go with stop and pop next because that's how most people's play styles are. They dribble, they run around, stop, shoot. Sometimes you can use rhythm shooter if you're someone that does like 1 or 2 moves before you shoot. Rhythm shooter is big. If you run around, stop and shoot, you use stop and pop. So it's really up to you. Then you want to go blinders and then Deadeye or Green Machine, something like that. But these are the most important: sniper, Hot Zone Hunter, and then stop and pop. Now, I use blinders because it's a good little type of Deadeye. I use Deadeye on bronze because it kind of helps a little bit. But the rest of the badges are really up to you. If you're having lots of struggling shooting, you probably want to throw on Green Machine so that when you get a green, it gives you a higher bonus to green your next shot. So it's really up to you. But look, y'all, now let's get into the jump shots. Let's get into a very important part, obviously, of your shooting. Now, guys, make sure to drop a like on this video and comment down below jump shot plug if you've made it this far. So my new jump shot that I've been using, by far, as you guys seen, I shoot extremely good, is Jumpshot Base 3. But this isn't that important because your releases help you like know when to release your shot. You know what I'm saying? If you have like Shaquille O'Neal release, you're not going to be making a lot of shots no matter what your base is. So out of all the jump shots I've used this entire year, nothing is better than this one right here that I've recently just started using. I haven't gave to anybody yet. This jump shot, release 27, is amazing. I'm telling you, I've been playing with the 2K League Pros. If you guys don't know who that is, you haven't been seeing any of the videos. I was in a tournament twice playing against 2K League Pros, the guys who are the best in the entire world. They get paid a salary to play 2K. They get free living, all that stuff. Every single one of them is using release 27, and that's how I got put onto the shot. This is the shot. Probably the last best jump shot, probably the last one I will drop this year. I'm going to give you guys multiple shots, but your animation blending doesn't really matter, but your release speed definitely does. So a lot of people don't know this, but there's this thing in the game called a green window. Now, if you go down to right here, which is called 75%, or use 100%, then you go down one more, 50%, whatever. If you go down to 75%, you're going to have a higher green window, but it's not by a lot, which means you're probably going to be able to green a tiny bit more. But what is more important to you? You have to think about your playstyle. First of all, if you have maxed out release speed on Jumpshot Base 3, you have to ask yourself, is this too fast? You have to try it out in the my court and see if you're able to green and be able to handle a shot this fast. Now, if you are, that's perfect. You don't have to go down to 75. But you also, even if you can't handle the higher timing, you can go down to 75, get a higher green window at the same time. So the reason why everybody uses 100 though, most people, is because if you have 175, you're going to get contested just a little bit more because your shot is slower. So I take being able to get my shot off faster than having a little bit higher green window, if that makes any sense. So I would rather get my shot off before I get contested than have a little bit higher green window and get contested a little bit more. So I always use 100% release speed 95% of the time. Now, what's quickly becoming one of the most popular jump shots in 2K22 is this shot called Set Shot 25. It's really ugly looking, but trust me, it is actually becoming the most popular jump shot in the game. Now, I'll explain to you why. So the releases is really up to you. I would still use 27. So you can go and use 27 for both of these. But the reason why this is becoming one of the fastest shots in the game, or the most popular growing shots in the game, it's very fast, just like Base 3. It greens a good amount, and it also has the lowest front contest percentage in the entire game. So you don't even have to worry about what that is. I'll explain a tiny bit, but basically, if someone is right in front of you, it's going to get contested less than a normal jump shot, and it's the highest in the entire game. So it looks ugly, yeah, but a lot of comp stage players and, you know, highly ranked pro-am players and stuff like that are starting to use Set Shot 25. So me personally, I like Base 3 way better. For some reason, I just don't like Set Shot 25. I'm not really a set shot guy. This is definitely a glitchy shot, but I'm more of a Base 3 guy. I'm just giving this to you guys so you can try it out if you want. The next jump shot I'll give you is Base 3, then release 128. This is the jump shot I was using right before the jump shot I just gave you, the first one, all year pretty much, 128 or release 126. So you can try them both out in the my court. I actually do like 128 better. For the second release though, you want to use Larry Bird. Now you can use Larry Bird, you can use Dirk, you can use Rudy, but I like Larry Bird the best. So what I do is 100% release speed, then I go all the way to 51% 128, 49% Larry Bird. You see it's got that beautiful shot where the hands go above the head, your wrist kind of like cocks back a little bit, and that's when you know it's about time to release your shot. So you go over here and you can have Larry Bird at 51%. It's going to give you a little bit higher of an arc, but I like 51% 128 better than 51% Larry Bird. Now another thing you can do for set shot 25, because you're always going to have this ugly looking shot, but for some reason it's very broken. Like I told you, it's becoming one of the most popular jump shots in the entire game, is you can go over, and yes, it's going to look bad. It's going to look bad, but Tim Duncan is one of the highest releases in the entire game. So your releases do matter. Yes, they definitely do matter, but they don't matter as much as some people try to make it in some areas, if that makes sense, because it doesn't change your green window, your white window, anything like that. Sometimes it can change your speed a little bit. What's most important though is it changes your arc. It changes your arc, so like how high the shot is or how low, and it also changes the cue. What the cue means is, like I was just telling you about the other shot where the hand goes above the head, the wrist goes back a little bit. That is the cue. There's a certain spot in your jump shot where you can look and visually see, now it's time to get ready to release my shot button so I can try and go for a green, just like on this shot. So Tim Duncan, super high up, and at the same time you have the lowest front contest percentage in the entire game. So there's so many ways you can do this, but the best two jump shots in the game are definitely base 3 and set shot 25. Now I'm going to give you guys one more, because this jump shot is also very good, but it's kind of been like forgotten this year how good the jump shot is. It was very good last year as well. So this shot is going to be Dante Exum. Now if you don't know what Dante Exum is famous from, pretty much it is Ticino. If you guys don't know who Ticino is, he's a guy that came up off wagering people and, you know, basically beating very good people for money on 2K. So you can use Dante Exum and Rudy and then Larry if you want. There's many ways, and you can try all the releases that I gave you, by the way, on every single base. But as you see, this shot is very high up, like extremely high up. Super good catch and shoot shot. If you're a lockdown, if you're a popper or something like that, it's very high up, which means it's hard for people to contest your shot, kind of like set shot 25. Now you can use this as the main guard, running around, stopping and popping, whatever you want to do. Dante Exum is a great shot, but mainly people use this shot if they're locked, if you're catch and shooting, pretty much. If you're doing any type of play style that is not the main ball handler, a lot of people use this for a catch and shoot shot, for a popper, stuff like that. Now what I want you to do for every one of these shots is hit A by the elevator or X, and then go down to 8, floor 8. Go to your my court and try out every one of these shots before you go to the park. Figure out which ones you like the best, because the best jump shot isn't the best for everybody. You see what I'm saying? As long as you can time a jump shot good, I would use the jump shot that you can time the best out of set shot 25, base 3, or Dante Exum. If you take 20 shots and you time Dante Exum 18 out of 20, I would use that one. You know what I'm saying? Versus the other ones are like 12 out of 20, 15 out of 20. It's really up to you. But you want to just try out the shots. Look at that. First shot, green. Because this new jump shot is the best jump shot I've ever used. Like I'm telling you, the entire year I shoot 73% from 3. And this jump shot, for some reason with the releases, is just chicken. Every single time. I don't know what it is, but those releases that the 2K League players use are amazing. Now, the next important thing is fadeaways. A lot of people on current gen don't use fadeaways, and it's one of the best things in the game. You can literally fade all day, and even if it's white, it's gonna go in. So the best two fades, as I will show you guys, is Steph Curry and then Trae Young. Now the difference is Trae Young is a very good fadeaway, except for on current gen and on next gen as well, you have to let go of turbo before you fade. And on current gen, you honestly get better like spacing with the Steph Curry fade. So how would you use Steph Curry? And as you see, it's water every single time. You don't really want to use the Trae Young fade. If you're on next gen, I would definitely use the Trae Young fade and then let go of turbo right before your shot ends. So it's really up to you, but we have a few more things to talk about. So the best way, in my opinion, to try out a jump shot is to go into My Career or something like that. Obviously, you know, playing in the park itself, but before, you know, going into the park and just like being horrible because it's the first time you ever tried the jump shot, whatever, go over here into this screen, hit X or square if you're on PlayStation, go to invite, and you can invite anybody to the park. So sorry, not to your My Court. You can invite people to your My Court. And you can do what's called a personal workout. Put yourself on the left, put whoever on the right, and this is going to be able to give you a decent idea of what the jump shot is. Meaning you can come up the court and act like you're playing offense and then do your jump shot. You see what I'm saying? So right here, you see I'm able to play against the AI and just do whatever I want to do and then try out my shot. Now, something you can do, watch this. You go in the mid-range just a tiny bit, and you can also use this in My Career to get badges a lot faster. Hit up on the right stick, down on the left stick at the same time. It's going to give you this snatch back right here. Watch this snatch back right there. And look at that. Look at that. First try, 19% green. Boom, run up, snatch back. Just like every single, bro, I'm telling you, this jump shot is just the best in the entire game. So this right here is going to give you lots of good practice before you even go to the park, which I think is definitely important. And you can you can dribble up, do all that type of stuff, all that, so that you can get ready before you go to the park, before you go to the pro-am, whatever it is. And then that way you're ready and you don't sell your teammates. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to sell your teammates. Look, green every time, every single time. I don't know what it is about this jump shot. It's freaking fire. All right, so that's it for the video. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. It's your boy Badgeplug. You've been plugged in. Make sure to come back to this video and say thank you, Badgeplug. Thank you for helping me, because I just used all these tips and now I'm a much better shooter. I'm an elite shooter on 2K22, and this is gonna help you for next year as well. Everything, just like, you know, having your shot meter off, having the hardwire, having the monitor, all that stuff is gonna help you in every game pretty much. Like literally every single game is going to give you less latency. So it's important. Anyway, I'm out. Peace.